and welcome to the show. This is number 155, season 8, episode 2, and today's show is bold, it's beautiful, it's bodacious, and not even a little bit boring. We have lots to show you tonight, and you're gonna have a blast. I'm Cathy Holmes, covering again for Matt Carter. I don't know what's up with him, but he's out doing some Christmas shopping, I guess. Behind me is the Patrick Courtin Jazz Trio, setting the stage for a season of giving. And there's no better time to hear the bells of Christmas than with the Salvation Army Kettle Drive. The SMFL Give and Go campaign is about to begin, and Jane Vinet is going to drive the importance of this charity home. And what's Christmas without toys? It's time again for the 36th annual Nanaimo Christmas Toy Drive. And Matt Hoffman's going to tell us all about it. So please do your part to help the kids feel the wonder of Santa Claus. Be the red. We can all wear the suit and enjoy the gift of gifting. This year's New Year's Eve is going to be spectacular, and we can dress for a lavish ball. The Solera Performing Arts New Year's Eve Ball Fundraiser will start 2019 off with a bang. A bodacious bang, that is. Lorna Ketler is here with best fashions for whatever the holiday is that you find yourself at. And when the party's done, you might need to get away from it all. Katimavik may be a great escape for the youth in your family. Beck has the scoop, and he's going to share this amazing organization working with young people from 18 to 25, having the adventures of their lifetime. And if your holidays leave you, well, just a little bit perplexed, it might be a good time to sit with someone who can truly listen. And on today's reoccurring Seniors Connect segment, we'll have a candid conversation with a senior peer counselor. Irene Morrison is with us today. Yes, today's show is big, it's bold, it's a brilliant bonanza of a show. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks so much for joining us on this show. You know, our community has a lot of really great talent in music and dance, and today's guest, Lucy Oxman, the president of the Solera Performing Arts Society, is going to tell us all about a wonderful New Year's Eve bash happening December 31st at 6 p.m. Lucy, welcome.
Thank you, I'm so happy to be here.
And it's happening at the Coast Bastion. We'll talk about that in a minute, but first I want to find out about the Solera Performing Arts Society. What do you do? What are you all about?
For sure. We were founded in Tofino, and we offer camps, classes, and performing opportunities to aspiring professional artists from the Ucluelet Tofino area all the way down to Victoria.
Wow. So what is your mandate? What do you normally do as a society? What is it that you do?
We just really want to help aspiring professional artists to get out there, get practice, and work toward their goal of actually being a professional.
So it's really helping our youth mature as artists and,
exactly.
And grow.
But we do help artists of all ages.
Right. Okay. So there's a wonderful New Year's bash coming up. It's the New Year's Ball 2018 at the Coast Bastion. There's wonderful food, wonderful music. Tell me all about it.
Okay, so yes, it's at the Coast Bastion Hotel downtown. Starts at 6 p.m. We're going to have a fantastic gourmet dinner and dessert option, and we're going to be able to listen to the Wellington Jazz Quartet while that's happening. And then after dinner, you'll be able to dance into 2019, and you'll have your choice of either listening to Nanaimo's own Femme Fatale or the Patrick Courtin Jazz Trio that you have on this evening.
Yeah, and Patrick Courtin is here with us today, his trio. Now, it sounds like a wonderful event. All the musicians are amazing, and of course the Wellington High School Jazz Quartet is a very high-level quartet. Yes. Now, there's also wonderful food, I hear. Do you know anything about the menu?
I know we're going to have AAA beef, we're going to have a fish option, we're going to have a fantastic butter chicken with lots of sides to choose from, basmati rice, Caesar salad, everything you could want, and then a huge amount of dessert options.
Sounds delicious. So do you know what the main reason was in putting this together, this New Year bash? How did this idea come about? When did this start?
Well, it's our second year doing this, and it's really just to get our name and our organization into the community and have a fantastic evening where we get to listen to local talent and just further all the great work that Solera does.
Yeah, wonderful. Now, of course, the Patrick Courtin Jazz Trio is going to be performing the Wellington Jazz Quartet. Now, the Wellington Jazz Quartet, Wellington's secondary school has had some very high-level young musicians coming from that school, placing #1 in all of North America at the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival. So, from what I understand, Patrick Courtin is also originally a Wellington student, and so it's kind of amazing how it's all come full circle like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So are there any other thoughts that you want to add about maybe how people can support your society and get involved?
Yeah, well, if anyone's interested in supporting or coming to events that we're holding, they can go onto our website, soleraarts.com, and that's also where they can find more information and tickets about our New Year's Eve bash, as well as porttheatre.com.
Yeah, now people can buy the tickets also at Port Theatre.
Yes.
Now, are you looking for volunteers or any help from the community for this event?
Yeah, we do have some volunteers lined up, but I'm sure we're always open to have more.
Sure.
And for those who are interested in purchasing tickets, we have early bird special and room rates that the Coast Bastion has offered to us.
Yeah, and so it can be a very special evening with your loved one that evening, a special date night or a special event for New Year's. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sounds fantastic. So any last thoughts to add as we start to wrap up here?
Just thank you for having us, and we hope to see as many people in the community come out and enjoy saying goodbye to 2018.
Well, this sounds fantastic. I'm really looking forward to this event. Of course, the jazz is going to be amazing. Nanaimo has some of the best jazz in the world for such a small town. We're way up there on the scale. Diana Kroll has come from here, Christine and Ingrid Jensen, Brody West. So thank you for helping our young people succeed, and
It's our pleasure.
very much thanks going out to you and your organization for making this happen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. And next it's time to pass it along to the Patrick Courtin Jazz Trio. You get to hear them perform next with James McRae's composition, Smiles and Tears, next.
the Seniors Connect segment, we're going to be looking at one of the things that can sometimes make people a little bit down is the holiday season. But you know what, we have some really amazing resources here in Nanaimo that can help older adults manage their way through the Christmas season with some really great volunteers. Today, my guest is Irene Morrison, a senior peer counselor volunteer from the Nanaimo Family Life Association. Thank you for being here, Irene.
Thank you for having me.
I know, because I know you personally, and because I also work at the Nanaimo Family Life Association, I know that you do an incredible amount of volunteering in our community. So give me a little bit about your background with volunteering.
Well, when I was younger, my mother was a nurse in a private hospital for seniors. And so she used to take me to work with her. So I got used to visiting with them and helping her out with a few things. And then I decided I was going to go into nursing, and I started in the operating room. And after that, I just decided once I had my kids that it was shift work, that I would go and get a normal Monday to Friday job. So I did. I left nursing and went and worked for a company for 35 years. And in that time, I started volunteering as a lacrosse manager and administrator and I've been doing that for about the last 45 years. And then when I retired from work, I needed to fill some more time. I don't like to sit around not being busy. So I started looking for different options. And I happened to pop into Nanaimo Family Life one day. I'm not sure why I went there, but I was there and I met Jane there, and I hadn't seen her for a while because we knew each other before. And so we got talking, and I ended up going and joining Seniors Connect program as on the director of transportation and communication. And then it broke into that where Nanaimo Family Life offered a course for senior peer counselors. So I took the course. It was a workshop, and it lasted for 3 months, and we hold it once or twice a year. And at the end of that, you get to, they give you clients, and so you either go in the home and visit them, or they come to Nanaimo Family Life and visit you. And we just talk about their issues that they're going through, because senior people do have different issues than you know, the younger population.
I was going to ask you, so why a senior peer counselor? What does age have to do with it? Why is that important?
Well, because when they get older, they have a lot of health issues. I mean, that's, you know, as time goes on, they do have occasionally. And so they get kind of isolated because they do have pain, and pain doesn't allow them to do a lot of the things that they used to do. So they tend to stay at home. And they get a little bit depressed about that, and so they need to have someone to talk to and maybe get them through that and maybe get them out of the house.
So what kind of qualities, if I were thinking about volunteering to be a senior peer counselor, what kind of qualities would I need to bring to the role?
Oh, definitely the first thing is compassion.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And understanding, and because you are a senior yourself, understanding that they match us up, you know, because we are a senior. And so you sort of know, you know, what they're going through, and maybe you can help them. You know, maybe you've experienced those things that they're going through too, and then you can give them some insight on how to make things better for themselves. And they're 100% responsible, but you know, if they want to really make the rest of their life comfortable and fun.
So they have someone who's there who's compassionate, empathetic, a good listener. And then so I guess you also, I know this for a fact, you have to have a willingness to learn and grow to be a senior peer counselor. And then you also have to have a driver's license and a vehicle. That is a requirement, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And Nanaimo Family Life also makes us, or not makes us, but invites us to take MLOs, which are monthly learning opportunities. So we get different courses like Safe Talk, and a whole bunch of different ones about compassion.
So there's lots of training for you guys.
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to go to it and upgrade and you'll
so
feel
you
better.
continue to grow and learn.
Yeah.
So it really is a way for older adults. Not only are you doing something for someone else in the community, but you're still doing things to. It has to make you feel valued when you do something like this. I mean, otherwise, why would you become a senior peer counselor?
Just for that reason. Yeah. Just, you know, it's just thankful. If I can help somebody get through the tough times, then I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing I know from experience is that a lot of people will come into Nanaimo Family Life that are grieving. Now, I know we have other amazing resources in Nanaimo, such as community hospice and stuff, but sometimes that one-on-one with a senior peer counselor, maybe a lot of the people who sign up, I think we train somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 10 new counselors every single year.
Yes.
So I guess they have a wide range of backgrounds, right? They must be looking for a lot of diversity amongst the counselors.
Yes, yeah, for sure. And you know, and there is a waiting list at times, you know, but we do have, like you say, we do have a lot now, and so I think we can fill that fairly easily.
And would you be able to give me one quick thing, one quick anecdote just to wrap up? What would you say has been the most valuable thing that being a senior peer counselor has done for you?
Oh, just getting involved in listening to them and giving them, you can't tell them what to do, but you can listen to them and you can make some suggestions, you know, to make them better. And it just, yeah.
Okay. Well, Irene, as I said, this is the holiday season. There are a lot of people out there. I mean, it is a season that's filled with joy, but there are a lot of people who are in need. So it's wonderful. I know people, there's a number on our screen that they can contact the Nanaimo Family Life Association. And the person there to speak to would be? Mia Marika.
Or Alice at the office.
Yeah. And you can get all the information that you need. Well, thank you so much for being my guest on the show here today.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to throw things over to Cathy Holmes, who is getting us all glammed up for the holidays.
Thank you so much, Jane and Irene. And it's true, call the Nanaimo Family Life Association if there's anything that you need over this season. The senior peer counselors are absolutely phenomenal, and Nanaimo Family Life is lovely and lucky to have Jane and Irene. But with me now, making us feel good on the outside, which is just as important as what's on the inside, is Bodacious, as far as I'm concerned. Lorna Ketler owns a store called Bodacious. Yes. My God, I love that name.
It's a great name.
It's
it's all about attitude.
It's attitude.
Yeah.
And I'm just
bold and audacious.
Bold and audacious and beautiful, and it's fabulous. And with us in this conversation are 3 incredibly bodacious women.
Yes.
So we're going to start a bit of a fashion show, right? And our first model is Andre. And Andre is absolutely stunning. Let's talk about her outfit as she's coming down.
So Andre is wearing all Joseph Ribkoff. Joseph Ribkoff is now doing handbags. So it's a 2-in-1 handbag, faux fur cape, a beautiful pink top for just some color underneath, and some sparkly jeans.
And the cool thing about this is the kind of an outfit that can go just about anywhere you want it to go.
Yeah.
You can stop off for a quick luncheon with a good friend. You can wear it to a very casual party. You can wear it with or without the cape. I'm hoping that our cameraman Doug, who's amazing, can get a shot of these incredible patterns on the legs.
Yes, these jeans just came in this week.
These jeans
are
are
fantastic.
They're absolutely extraordinary. And are they comfortable? Because if you're partying, you need to be comfortable. And you need to be glittery and glamoury
Glittery
too.
and soft, because everybody will just want to rub her arm. With her permission, of course.
And as she was coming down, you were saying that Joseph Ribkoff is just starting to do purses, right? And so there's something about this purse that is rather special. So can you pull so it's like a miniature clutch. And it
detaches.
And it detaches, and so you can just put your phone,
lipstick,
a credit card.
You're good to go.
And you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous, stunning. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you, Andre.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The other way. Oh.
Well, either way, we go. Next up, we have Robin. Robin is one of my favorite people on the planet. She is stunning, gorgeous, fun, and she's wearing something really quite impressive. So let's talk about this cape to begin with.
So again, the cape is Joseph Ribkoff, so we have a lot of great toppers, which all go up to, Ribkoff now all goes up to a size 22. And It also has some velvet on the trim.
Sorry, what size did you say they go to?
Joseph Ribgoff goes up to a 22 in all of their items now.
Wow.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
So we specialize in the larger sizes, so that's really exciting for us.
So Bodacious is actually for larger women then?
Yes.
That's perfect.
We carry size 10 to 24, but we definitely specialize in the larger sizes.
That's great.
So, and the beautiful top underneath is Grizas, and it's a line out of Lithuania, and all of their fabrics are natural with natural dyes. So this is silk with a natural red dye.
Oh my gosh, and check out this bag.
Also Joseph Ribkoff handbag. Comes with a complimentary scarf.
Well, the scarf, you got to have a scarf. It's a great,
Yes.
And it also has a
like a storage bag, yes.
keep your bag safe, which I think is the most important thing when it comes to really good handbags and long
and shoulder straps.
Long shoulder straps as well. So this, how does this make you feel? It's so beautiful, hey?
And then we also have some velvet detail on the pants.
Yes, let's check out these pants.
So again, just to spice it up a little bit and give it a little more interest, we have Ribkoff is amazing at adding detail. Just so you know, you can be wearing really comfortable pants, but just that little bit of velvet makes it feel special.
And this season is all about mixing a little bit of velvet with more comfortable materials, right? And fur. That's
faux
so,
fur.
Oh my gosh, faux fur. Well, faux fur is awesome. Robin, thank you so much. Do you want to go off that way? Perfect. And our next model is Christine, and this look is really top of the line. It is so incredibly simple, elegant, and just plain beautiful. Oh my God!
I think you have your name on this dress.
I do. I think I would look fabulous, and I mean, you shouldn't really talk about yourself like that. But honestly, I think I'd look fabulous in that dress.
And again, it's Joseph
really
Ribkoff. We have bling. We have velvet.
And bling is beautiful.
Yes, and beautiful cocktail attire.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, she looks
really,
amazing.
really pretty. It's a stunning, stunning dress for a stunning, stunning woman.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm curious about this dress, and I'm sorry to cross you. I don't want to cross you, but the fabric of this dress is incredible. What is this made out of? Do you know?
Well,
like
it's a polyester, but it's not your grandma's polyester.
No, no, no.
Right. So I mean, the great thing about Ribkoffs is they're all classic pieces. So they're going to last forever. They're great quality. They hang beautifully.
They really do.
Yeah, they know a woman's body.
And let's pop that jacket on again for a second, because I think sometimes when you're out, you know, there's big balls coming up, there's evening events coming up all through the holidays and through December and January. And what I love about this jacket, and it's because I'm I'm like a crow. I love shiny, shiny, shiny stuff.
Again, so a little detail.
The detail is here. And just the line of it. You could purchase a piece like this and probably wear it for what, 20 years easy?
Oh, easily.
It is such a classic
You could
look.
put this jacket with a pair of jeans and a cute t-shirt and some boots, and you're good to go.
Oh my gosh,
Still looking glam, but you know, a little less.
Very glam. So what's your takeaway for these kinds of dresses? Are they at an affordable price point? Do they start to get up a little bit? Is this a spoil yourself dress?
They range from above $100, so between $100 and $200, depending on the detail on the dress.
And again, if you have a dress that's $200, you're going to wear it for a long, long time,
You're going to wear it, and it's going to last forever.
Oh,
and we do have some lower priced items in the store, but we're going glam tonight, so this is a special piece.
What a beautiful piece. You look stunning. Thanks so much for joining us. Really, really glad. Lorna, where can people find you? Where is Bodacious?
We have 2 locations, one in Victoria and one in the Old City Quarter on Wesley Street.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, you have to stop in. You've got to check it out. I got to tell you, it's a pretty, pretty store, and it's got some great, great clothes.
Thank you so much.
Coming up next, we're going to take a little bit of a walk on the wild side. So we're dressed up, and now it's a bit of wild side. Lewis is going to talk to us about Katimavik. It'll be great.
Thank you, Kathy. Those were some awesome fashions we saw there a moment ago. So, youth can move the world. It's a saying that you'll hear in some circles here in the Nanaimo, and it speaks to the power that youth have to do good out in the world. Their energy, their enthusiasm, their altruism can make a huge difference. Tonight I have with me 2 gentlemen, Liam Bedard and Jackson Freeman, from a Canadian organization that is dedicated to doing that very thing, and the name of that organization is?
Katimavik.
Katimavik. First of all, welcome guys to the show. Good of you to join me. So Katimavik, let's start with what does Katimavik mean?
Katimavik is actually a Niktatuk for gathering place. So a big part of Katimavik is we're taking youth from like all over Canada and we're gathering them in one place and working in one community or in multiple communities across Canada to kind of make them better. So that's where the word comes from, essentially.
Okay. Can I ask, Liam, what drew you to Katimavik? What inspired you to apply to be part of Katimavik, if I may ask?
So I had troubles in schools in my last semester, and I was searching for something that I could do in the country that I could participate in, and that I could just get out of my house and just do it. And I found it, and I just applied, and I got in.
How about you, Jackson? What was your inspiration?
My inspiration is I kind of wanted to find somewhere that I could do something to make a difference in the community. It started to make a difference in Canada, period, essentially. And Katimavik kind of fit that role perfectly because we go across, and right now we're here, but before we were in Winnipeg for 3 months. And now we've been here for 2 months and a week, so we have another 3 weeks here. And so far it's been an amazing experience.
Now, I've done a little research, and if I have it right, what Katimavik does, it's about two things, if I have it right. One is about making, well, the world ultimately a better place, but locally the community that you're in. And also about making you, the participants, better people, building capacity. Liam, can I get you to talk a little bit about some of the work that's being done in Nanaimo? What kind of community projects are being done in Nanaimo?
So we volunteer a lot on our free time on projects and events. In Nanaimo, we volunteered at the 5 Acres Farm, partnered with Food Share. We volunteered at a South resident killer whales kind of protest for their protection, and we do a lot of these volunteering experiences for the environment, and then we have a big focus on truth and reconciliation. That's new to Katimavik this year, and we did a lot we volunteered at a Indigenous Healing Center and with the Nanaimo Aboriginal Center.
I think we got a photo of you guys working at the 5 Acre Farm. If we could have a look at that, we can see you guys in action there. There you are, and doing some good work together. And there was another one about what was that? The whale protest.
The South resident killer whales protest kind of for their protection. So there's only 74 remaining, and we just found that the event, and we thought it was really cool. And we participated in it, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
it was big to try and bring attention to them to kind of basically show what the problem is and like show that we need to help because there's a big decline in them, but that's a whole nother story in itself. So,
let's talk about the impact that it's having on you, the participants. Jackson, can you talk a little bit? We have some pictures of you guys at work. Could you talk about how is it impacting you as the participants being part of Katimavik?
Katimavik is kind of, in a way, it's life-changing. There's so many new things you learn, and throughout the experience, like you learn to cook and learn more responsibility with budgeting. You learn all sorts of different skills like around the house, as well as learning like all these sorts of different work skills that you could apply to whatever you decide to do for your career. I think we got some photos too of you folks at work. Maybe we could run those as you're talking about. Yeah. Go ahead then. Yeah.
So it's a lot of being in a group of 12 youth. There's a lot of experience of how to behave in a group and how to resolve conflict in a group. So that's a lot of things that we learn on and for our future workplace. Yeah.
So can you talk about some of the high points of your experience? What are some of the things that stand out in your mind?
There's been so many. Well, one thing that really sticks in my mind is we actually got the chance to go camping multiple times, both in Winnipeg and in Tofino, or up to Tofino here. Any other things you can think of?
I'm just thinking about the general experience. Just to be a part of this, to live here, just to see everyone we see, we explain what we do, and we just learn the story, and that's how we really connect with the communities. We go to a lot of workshops, we go to a lot of conferences that help us learn about what's happening.
So we've talked about what brought you to Katimavik. What are you guys going to take home with you when you go home?
I could definitely say like throughout the Katimavik experience, I've definitely changed a lot as a person. Like, you come into it and it kind of opens your eyes in a sense because of all the different things you're exposed to, especially when it comes to truth and reconciliation with like Indigenous peoples in Canada. And you kind of realize like why the situation is exactly how it is.
It's an important matter, that's for sure. What about you, Liam? What are you taking home?
How to behave in a group and some leadership skills too.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I wish we had more time, but we're good for now. And listen, thanks very much for joining us. Real good to have you. A lot of respect to you and your organization.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. So now I'm going to throw it over to Kerilie McDowall and the Patrick Courtin Trio.
And I'm here with Patrick Courtin of the Patrick Courtin Jazz Trio. As mentioned earlier, he's going to be performing at the Coast Bastion on New Year's, December 31st at 6 p.m. And we're going to have a little bit of a chat with Patrick right now, as well as with the musicians. Patrick, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, Patrick, I'm kind of curious to hear about why you're doing this for December 31st. You must have a passion for helping these youth. You were a former Wellington student yourself. Tell me why you're doing this, why it's in your heart to do this.
Well, we absolutely love the music. And like you said, I'm a Wellington secondary grad. And I think most important thing for youth is the confidence they need to develop when they're younger to go on, not necessarily in music careers, but just in their lives. And I think music can absolutely do that for them. Everything about the arts, in fact, dance and theater and whatnot. But we love music, so we want to inspire them with music.
Right. Now, you have also just recorded a brand new album, so I'm kind of curious to hear a bit about that. It's great that you're helping the kids raise funds for their careers. It's fantastic. But what have you been up to with your recording? Because this is pretty fresh and it's exciting. And tell me about that.
So we recorded in January. I was lucky enough to have Marisha, Devoin, and James McRae with me, and we recorded with Rick Salt in Nanaimo, and got the CD right here. It was also made in Nanaimo by a vinyl record guru, and the artwork is from a Nanaimo guy named Nicholas May. And we just had a really great time playing some jazz standards as well as some original music, and some of that original music that we're hearing tonight on the show. And yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. That's pretty much it. We've done a couple of performances now. One performance up north in my second home of Wells, BC, and one performance here in Courtenay.
Well, wonderful. Now, we should say that you're going to be performing mostly standards and well-known tunes for the New Year's concert.
That's right. So for the New Year's Eve performance, I've got a program of classic crooner songs, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, things like that. I've got a wonderful singer joining, and it should be tons of fun.
Yeah, and it's a different trio, though, because of the vocalist, right?
That's right, yeah. We've got my good friend Simon Patterson, who's from Vancouver. He's coming over. He's just a wonderful crooner. Sounds just like Bing Crosby. I know he'd be embarrassed to hear me say that, but he does. And I've got Mr. Andrew Cullen playing bass. So yeah, it's a different gig, calls for different musicians. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. So it's fabulous that you're doing this. Now, you've brought along a couple of other musicians today to chat with us. Now, you've been working with Misha Devoin and James McRae for a while. And tell me about this.
So yeah, these wonderful musicians and friends of mine, and we got to record the album with them. Mm-hmm. And we've done quite a few different projects over the years, like Gordon Lightfoot jazz music project that James started, and we've been part of theater shows together, Chemainus Theater and a few others, and of course lots of jazz in the trio format that we love to play.
Fabulous stuff. Now I'm going to chat with the musicians. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for having this chat with me today, and we'll look forward to hearing your wonderful concert on New Year's. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
The New Year's Ball,
That's
2018. Right. Thanks. I'm going to talk to Misha next. Hi, Misha.
Hey.
So, Misha, tell me what you've been up to recently. You're quite active on the Nanaimo scene. Tell me what you're up to with your music lately.
With music, I'm just kind of hired bass player kind of thing. I've been playing with Monsieur David Gogo, great blues guy, local guy. And yeah, playing jazz with Patrick, playing with Andrea Smith. Going to do some things at the Vault middle of December. That's going to be pretty fun. And in the meantime, driving big trucks. That's what I'm doing.
Really?
I know it's not music, but that's what I've been doing.
But you also do a lot of recording as well. You're known for that. You're known for that.
A couple albums.
Well, it's time to chat with James next. And James, tell me what you've been up to lately with your career.
Well, I went on a holiday, and when I came back, I was kind of hit the pavement running, and I've been doing lots of different things. I'm doing a show with Michael Clark as a tribute to Sam Cooke, and that's on December 15th at the Port Theatre.
Okay.
I'm also playing with him next Tuesday at the Nanaimo Bar. I'm playing with Blue Dog Ramble. We're doing a New Year's Eve gig together, and we do a bunch of gigs, and I'm playing with in a bunch of different situations. So yeah, lots going on.
Fantastic, James. We've actually starting to run out of time here, but any last quick thoughts that you want to mention about the New Year's bash?
No, I just, support your local community and go out and support live music as much as possible. I think that would be really my suggestion for people that are listening. And if they can make it to see Patrick on December 31st, that'd be great.
Yeah, sounds great. Well, thanks for joining me, James and Misha and Patrick. And we're going to pass it along next to the Patrick Courtin Jazz Trio with a composition, a tune written by Patrick Courtin called Nocturnesque. Take it away.
Great tunes. It makes me think about Christmas giving. I don't know about you, but I am excited because right now we have two amazing Christmas giving campaigns to talk about. My guests today are Rob Anderson from the Nanaimo Salvation Army and Krista Ferris from Steve Marshall Ford and Lincoln. And we're going to be talking about, we're going to start with the annual Salvation Army Kettle Drive. So welcome, Rob. Tell me what the goals are this year.
Okay, the goal for our Christmas campaign is $250,000. And the money raised goes to support the programs at 19 Nickel Street. We have 32 locations throughout the city, both inside and outside, and we'll be running till December 24th, every day but Sunday.
Now, how many people annually do you have take part in the Salvation Army Kettle Drive?
We need about 800 volunteers to do all the kettles and that. We do have a lot of openings right now, so anyone is interested, we're glad to have them come on board, and they can contact us at 250-740-1004, and we can fill them in.
All right. So what kind of qualifications do I have to have, or is there an age limit? Can you tell me a little bit about what kind of things you're looking for folks to be kettle volunteers?
Well, anyone can come and volunteer for the Salvation Army Kettle campaign, and it's an excellent family opportunity where you can teach your children how to, you know, serve the community and that, and on that. So we take, you know, young and old as volunteers.
Well, now that you say that, I have been an annual kettle volunteer for a number of years, and it was exactly what you're talking about. I remember the first year that I volunteered, I took my son with me, who was a teenager and a little bit shy, and he's probably going to shoot me for doing this, but I got him to come out, and believe it or not, I wore my Santa hat, he wore his elf hat, and we had a wonderful evening, and it really did reinforce the spirit of giving and how important that is. Now, I do know that you said you have indoor, outdoor, so are you able to request a location, or are you given what you get?
We have enough locations throughout the city that if they call in, they need an outdoor or an indoor location, south end of town to the north end of town, okay, we can generally fit them in.
And am I okay, like if I have maybe some physical limitations, can I sit down or and do this jobs?
There's some locations that we do have chairs and they can sit down and on that if that is an issue.
Okay. Now I know, Krista, you and Rob, you partner on this annual event. So tell me a little bit about the Steve Marshall Ford Give and Go.
You bet. So the Give and Go has been going since 2002. Okay. We actually took over the hosting, the sponsorship 3 years ago. And all it is bringing all your donations and just drive right through our dealership. And we have lots of volunteers to unload those donations from you, and they'll go to Salvation Army and Loaves and Fishes and out to the community.
What are you looking for in terms of donations?
Anywhere from non-perishable foods, clothing, and cash is always a good one. Okay. And you don't have to actually hang out outside as well. You're more than welcome to come in the dealership because we'll have hot chocolate, some Tidesmen, the a cappella group will be singing, and some good burgers by donation too.
All right, so a real family event. Again, this is a real, they're teaching moments as well, right? We're building community capacity and really learning about sharing and commitment, and so, you know, this is fabulous. Now, with the money that you get, Rob, what does the Salvation Army do with that money?
The money that we raise stays in Nanaimo. It helps support the meal program, our family services, emergency shelter down at 19 Nickel Street. And we also use the money where we buy gift cards for the food hampers and that at the local grocery stores. And that between $18,000 and $20,000 is spent on gift cards.
Wow. And so you put the gift cards inside these hampers that go out to local Nanaimo singles and families. Okay. Yeah. So do either of you have a special story, a special remembrance that you'd like to share with our audience?
Okay. Well, you talk about your first kettle experience. My first kettle experience was in Yellowknife. It was minus 40, 8-hour shift. Okay. And I did it with my daughter. We had our picture taken. And later I looked at the picture, and the only way I could tell which daughter it was is by the clothes that she was wearing, because we had our big parkas and boots and everything else on.
But were you wearing a balaclava?
No, no balaclavas on the kettles, please.
Yeah, so that's when I asked you a little bit earlier before we came on, is there any no-nos? And you said to me, no balaclavas. So now I know for sure if you couldn't even, even in -40, but that's okay. Everybody wants to see your beautiful smiles when you're doing the kettles. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing all about this year's annual Give and Go and Salvation Kettle Army Drive. We're looking forward to seeing you there. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of you out there at our local kettle campaign. So I'm going to toss things over to Matt, who's got a whole other way of giving in Nanaimo this year.
Hi, I am here with Caroline Isles and Krista Simpson, and we're from the Great Nanaimo Toy Drive. We're here to talk about how important it is to take care of those people that are in need, right? Because it is a wonderful time, Christmas, during Christmas season, but it is very hard for some people. So Caroline, can you talk to us and tell us about the Nanaimo Toy Drive and how long has it been going for?
Well, we're 36 years young this year. The exciting thing for me is that we have seen a great expansion in the involvement of the community. Now, maybe that's because we're doing more on Facebook, and so the word is getting out. But we need the word to get out because we have over 1,000 children that will be looking to us, to their parents really, but then the parents look to us to provide a little bit of hope, a little bit of joy for them at Christmas time. It's great to see the community coming involved because this really is a community project.
Awesome, and why is it so important for the Toy Drive?
Well, it's important because as a community, we want everyone to be a part of the joy and excitement of Christmas. And then, you know, the Clippers are involved too. On Saturday, December 8th, if you haven't donated a toy, you're going to the Clippers game, bring along a teddy bear for the teddy bear toss. That's always a fun community event. And on December 9th, if you're hungry, try going down to Brown's Social House because they'll give you 50% off your meal if you bring in some pajamas. You know, sometimes people don't think about the fact that it's fun to get new clothes or new pajamas for Christmas. Those are just some of the many ways that our community is really getting involved in our program.
Awesome, and it's great that the community can get involved. It kind of keeps us connected and everyone working together to help a common purpose, right?
That's right.
Right, there's a lot of people that are struggling out there. For myself growing up, it was really hard growing up, and like my family relied on these toy drives and to kind of put a smile on kids' faces, right?
Puts a smile on the kids' face and it gives the parents some hope that they can provide for their children and maybe things will get better next year.
Totally, well that's just it, right? And Krista, what kind of toys can be donated?
Well, except any toy really. Smaller toys will be used for stocking stuffers, which is always nice for kids to receive, as well as, you know, toys that are just hot this year. Lego's always popular. Squishies and Ruddy 2 Robot, I guess. Also for older kids, like skateboards, scooters, hair styling stuff, sport hats, hoodies, wallets, belts, you know, there's all kinds of things. A lot of stuff, last year people were asking for hockey skates and hockey sticks, which we hadn't seen much of, so that's another option. But, yeah.
That's awesome, and what age groups?
Well, right from 0 to 16. The group that we tend to receive the fewest donations for, 10 to 13 and then the 14 to 16. So both those groups are a bit trickier, I guess, to buy for. But those are the groups that we really need more donations for.
And what kind of things would you look for when donating for the older kids?
I've heard a lot about, you know, fuzzy sweaters, funky socks, you know, anything, you know, like skate or hats, hoodies, sport hats, hoodies, that kind of thing. Stuff to do your hair, razors, anything related to music, you know, Bluetooth speakers or, yeah.
We usually tell people if you're not sure what to buy, you can go on our website, there's a list, or on our Facebook site, or you could simply ask a child about that age and they will tell you what the hot item is for this year.
Awesome. And how can people, like people that want to help out, how can they get involved?
Well, you can, again, go to our website, our Facebook site. We have over 100 volunteers that help us set up. We have a small board of directors. But, you know, we have an exciting thing, as I mentioned earlier. We have a number of small businesses that are wanting to get involved. Salvation Army Furniture Store will accept new stuffies. You can just drop them off there. And some guy's having an ugly sweater party. He's going to donate the toys that people bring to that. Save on Foods. If you're really, really busy, you can buy your toy there, get the points for it, and they'll even donate it to us.
Oh, that's exciting.
So there were a number of different ways. And did you have some others, Krista, new ones?
Yeah, there's a couple other folks. I think on Facebook, there's really generated a lot of momentum. So Need Massage Therapy is doing a raffle. Ernie's Black Point Repair. They're doing, if you bring a $25 toy, then you get a discount on brake repairs. And Vibe Bikes donated some bikes, which was really awesome.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have you two here for a great cause, right? And hopefully we'll help out a lot of kids this year.
We will. We will help over 1,000 kids. And you know, we all have two hands, one for giving and one for getting. So please join us with your hands and help the Great Nanaimo Toy Drive.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. My gosh, the stuff you guys do is so amazing. It's about being the red, as far as I'm concerned. We can all be Santa, and if this is what Santa looks like, I think we can all be all in. Thanks for coming again this year. Thanks, everybody. It's great.
Thank you.
From all of us on the show, we're so glad that you tuned in. We hope you have the very, very best season yet. Would you like to be featured on this show? Perhaps become a host like I did a couple of years back? I gotta tell you, it's really fun. Or become a camera person like my good friend Doug, who's doing all of this thing here, or any of the fabulous volunteers that we have on the show. You know, you can call someone here who will set you up. Her name is Jocelyn Matway. You can reach her at jocelyn.matway@sjrb.ca or give us a call at Shaw 250-760-1985. Well, after all this blooming, blissful bless of a blast, it's time for the blues. And since it's turkey time, I'll have another helping and maybe half fall asleep with the Half Fall Asleep song by Patrick Courtin Jazz Trio. Oh my goodness, I think I need a nap. Have a great holiday. See you next time.